Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Come along with me in this 3-part series in making this pantry functional and pretty. Let's go. Okay guys, so here is the pantry in all of its glory right now, and as you can see, it is quite the mess. So we have lived with this pantry well over a year, I think, and we discovered a lot of things that were missing from the initial layout, and now I'm gonna try to tackle this whole thing, but we're gonna do it in parts. The first part being this bottom part right here that you see, where it's become like a catch-all for like boxes and just vacuums, mops, everything. I initially created this countertop where we would put things like these jars with rice and flour and all that stuff, but it looks really like it doesn't have enough space. So I'm going to swap out this butcher block here, and I'm going to swap it up for this countertop that I had a little bit left over from the Madonna house, and that's what I'm going to be using. I already measured, and it's going to be it's going to come out a little bit further out here, where we're going to have more space to properly put this Lazy Susan so it doesn't feel like the jars are gonna fall off, and so we're gonna have more space. See that space? Let's get it organized. First things first, let's take everything out and clean to see what we need to do. Also, let's help Coco get through. He gets scared with all my projects. I started trying to take out the butcher block, but apparently I did a really good job at securing it, concealing the screws, and gluing it. Finally, I got it out. I then dry fitted the laminate counter piece, and I just had to cut the trim in the corners to make it fit nicely. As you'll see, I had to cut a wedge from the trim, but once that was done, it went in perfectly. I used a razor to take off some leftover glue from a tape I had put on it, and then I cleaned it with a damp rag. My initial plan was to leave the countertop like this and then use the right side to put the vacuum, the brooms, mops, just standing there. But it was hard to move things in and out in that little space, so I came up with another solution. I found extra countertop material, and I just had to cut it to make up for the remainder space. Hey Coco! Okay, back to the plan. So I'll put a countertop across the whole width of the pantry, and all I have to do is mend the extra piece that you see there because it's a bit damaged. Because I'm not bonifying the base for the countertop, I'm leaving the big piece on the right and the little piece to the left so it has better support. Later on, you'll see the other supports I put underneath to make the countertop even more stable. While I was figuring out the storage on the floor and which basket to use, I ended up doing a fast and cool hack to add wheels to the small basket. And I made it a short video, so make sure to check it out after you see how it turned out here. Going back to our countertop, I already measured how much I needed to be, so I'm gonna head out. I just have to gather all my tools, and it's so easy now that I organized my tool shed. I can find everything. Well, at least I'm not wasting 90% of my time looking for things. I'm clamping my piece to the workhorse and cutting with my circular saw. I'm also using that tape along the part I'll cut to minimize chipping the laminate. And before installing that countertop, this is the difficult part, guys. And can you come over here? So you have to kind of like get in here. What I'm doing is I'm just extending where the shelf is gonna go. And I'm gonna attach, so I'm attaching this piece of wood here, and then to the rail that goes from here to here, I'm gonna attach another one so that I can have double the width, and I can sit the piece of wood that is gonna go on top of here, I can sit it there. That way I don't have to modify anything over here, just adding. But this is the hard part, guys. And I already did this, so we're good, and I'm leveling. But I just wanted to show you that that sometimes it gets tricky. But it's always fun to overcome the challenge. Okay. Right there, I'm attaching the rail, an extra piece of wood to sit the shelf extension, and I'm measuring the wood pieces that will make up the shelf extension. And I'm just gluing the two pieces that will be plenty strong to support the weight. I moved on to finish prepping the base for the countertop, taking off the glued on shims. And then I put a couple of metal supports that extend further out. Those will support the countertop. I attached the metal supports to the base, and then those metal supports also have a way that I could screw in the countertop from underneath. Because of the damage that the smaller piece had, which wasn't too much, but it was enough to not have it leveled, I had to use some shims as well there. Okay, as you can see here, we have the countertop. Because I don't have... Hey, Chubbs. Hi there. Hi there, baby. Because I didn't have enough of the countertop to go all across. I did have extra material here, which was great, because that way I can cover the whole thing. The only thing that I'll have to do is mend here with some caulking, and this piece here had a little bit of damage there, so I'll do more caulking. If that doesn't work and it looks kind of weird, I'll do some Bondo to cover this part here. But let's start with the caulking. If it doesn't work, I'll move on to the Bondo. I honestly think that caulking is a DIYer's best friend. It transforms the whole project, as long as you're not using huge quantities that make it look really cheap and just use it how it should be. It really finishes a project and makes it look super professional. I'm leaving the links to all the products and tools I use that are my favorites and have made a difference in my workflow and that have the best quality and price. They're in the description box below. Just look how nice it's looking already with the caulking, and then there is so much space now there on the countertop. Hey guys, so I am doing the pantry here, as you can see, and I already put the countertop. But a quick tip that I wanted to show you is the following. Alright guys, as you can see, there's the two pieces of countertop are joined over here, and as you go closer, there is a noticeable brown color here that you can see, and what we're gonna do to remedy that is, right there. We're gonna use some acrylic white paint. I'm just using a little bit of a small brush to get it to the right color. And this is not exactly a perfect match, but it'll do, because I will go over this with another layer of the caulking. So after the last layer of caulking there at the seam, I let it dry, and then I went back with some acrylic paints, mixed up some colors, and tried to match the countertop the most that I could. I think that warmer color is much better than the contrast with the white caulking that was too bright. Here's the vacuum station, guys. I am so excited for this. Usually you would attach the charger to the wall and hang your vacuum upright, but because of the layout, I had to devise this vacuum station where the vacuum is actually sitting on that shelf. If you want to know how it all came together, I have a video showing you all the details. Before this reveal, I just wanted to show you how it all looked like. As you can see, there was no pantry there. It was just the hallway and a wall. On the other side though is my room's closet, and I started thinking that we needed a pantry and we needed space, and that closet was gonna be a way to do it. I was gonna borrow space from my closet to open up a pantry. And so I opened up the wall, as you can see there, and it's always scary when you start a project where there is nothing and you have to make it into something, because this is it. I'm opening a wall. So I immediately started to work and I got rid of that stud and the bottom plate. And then I had a friend who's an electrician come and redirect the wiring and add outlets and a switch for future lighting. And then I did the floors, closed up the wall, installed shelves, and I did the butcher block table with the shelf and called it done. But a few months ago, I saw that it needed a makeover. So let's see how it's starting to look. Are you ready? There it is. I love how much more space we gain with that full width countertop, the vacuum station, and all the organizers. Definitely leave me a comment with your favorite part of this makeover, and thanks for supporting this channel. Don't forget to click that like button and subscribe and turn on your notifications for the rest of this makeover series, and stay tuned because in part 2 of this pantry makeover series, we are tackling lights and we're extending some shelves. In the meantime, head over to the basket hack video. I know you're gonna love it, and have a beautiful and blessed day.